Have you ever had one of those days where everything seems to be going reasonably well and then something very small happens? Your child spills a glass of water, your child refuses to brush their teeth, or they keep asking the same question for the fifth time. And suddenly you react much more strongly than the situation actually deserved. Later, after things settle down, you wonder, why did I react like that? It wasn't really about the spilled water. If you have experienced this, you are definitely not alone. One of the biggest misconceptions about emotional regulation is that it starts in that difficult parenting moment, but it doesn't. By the time your child spills the water or refuses to listen, your nervous system has already been carrying the weight of the entire day. Think about a typical weekday. You have been working, managing household responsibilities, planning meals, answering messages, making several small decisions, switching constantly between different roles. And somewhere in between all of that, you're also trying to be patient, present, and emotionally available for your child. By evening, your emotional capacity is already much lower than it was in the morning. So, when your child does something even small, that incident is often not the real reason behind the reaction. It is simply the final trigger. The reaction has been building throughout the day. And I think this is an important shift because it moves us away from asking, why is my child making me react this way? To asking, what has my nervous system been carrying today? That question opens up a completely different conversation. Because becoming a more regulated parent doesn't begin when your child is being difficult in your eyes. It begins much earlier. It begins with how we take care of ourselves throughout the day. Now, when I say self care, I'm not talking about spa days or expensive vacations. For most parents, self care looks much simpler than that. It means getting enough sleep, eating your meals on time instead of skipping them, eating nourishing and nutritious meals on time, taking a short walk, stepping away from your phone for a few minutes every day, sitting quietly with yourself before everyone wakes up in the morning, or simply recognizing that you have been running on an empty tank all day. These may seem like small things, but they directly affect how much emotional capacity we have left when our child needs us the most. Another thing I've realized is that awareness has to come before change. Most of our reactions happen automatically. The child does something, even small, but we react big. Only later do we realize, I wish I had handled that differently. But if we begin noticing our emotional patterns, we slowly create space between the situation and our response. And that space gives us more choice. One practice I find really valuable is ending the day with a short parenting reflection. Not to analyze every interaction or not to judge ourselves, just to pause for a few minutes and reflect on one parenting moment from the day that felt most significant. When we say most significant, it could be a joyful moment or it could be a challenging moment as well. So think of this most significant moment from the day with your child, then ask yourself, what actually happened? What emotion did I experience? What triggered that emotion? How did I respond? How might my child have experienced my response? And finally, what did this moment teach me? When you continuously do this exercise of reflecting every evening, over time you start to notice patterns. Maybe busy mornings make you impatient. Maybe it is homework time, which makes it very stressful for you. Maybe you are much calmer on days when you have slept well. Or maybe you notice that when you spend 10 minutes creating genuine connection with your child before asking them to do something, they cooperate much more easily. So these are the kinds of insights that slowly change our parenting. To help you build this habit, I have created a simple daily parenting reflection worksheet. You can download it for free using the link given in the description box. It only takes a few minutes to complete it every day, but over time, it can help you notice patterns that are otherwise very easy to miss. Parenting isn't made up of one big life changing moment, it is made up of hundreds of ordinary moments scattered across days and maybe years. And sometimes taking just a few minutes to reflect on one of those moments is enough to gradually change the way we show up for our children. If you enjoy thoughtful conversations around parenting, emotional regulation, and modern family life, do consider subscribing to this channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for being here.